The longest dream. Ethan had always been fascinated by dreams. Since childhood, he kept a journal beside his bed, scribbling down the strange, fleeting images that haunted his nights. Some were absurd, flying over cities or talking to animals, while others felt eerily real, as if they belonged to a world he had forgotten. One evening, he fell asleep thinking about a question that had troubled him for years. What if death is just a longer dream? That night, he found himself in a vast, endless field bathed in golden light. The air shimmered, and the sky pulsed like a living thing. He wasn't alone. A tall man in an old-fashioned coat stood before him, watching. His eyes held the weight of 1,000 lifetimes. "Who are you?" Ethan asked. "A traveler," the man replied. "Much like yourself." Ethan frowned. "I don't remember traveling." "You never do, until you wake up." The man gestured to the field around them. "Tell me, do you know how you got here?" Ethan hesitated. He didn't. He had simply appeared. "Exactly," the man said, as if reading his thoughts. "That's how it always is, isn't it? You arrive in a dream with no beginning, no explanation. And yet it feels real." Ethan's heart pounded. "So, I'm dreaming now?" The man smiled. "Perhaps. But tell me, when you wake up each morning, how can you be sure that was a dream and this is real?" Ethan tried to respond, but the words caught in his throat. Memories flickered in his mind. Were they from today, yesterday, or another life entirely? The man continued. "Schopenhauer believed that sleep is a short death and death is a long sleep. But if that's true, then what's the difference between the two?" Ethan's vision blurred. The golden field seemed to stretch forever, folding in on itself. "But I don't want to die," he whispered. The man's expression softened. "Then wake up." With a sudden jolt, Ethan sat up in his bed, drenched in sweat. His room was quiet, unchanged, yet something felt off. The edges of reality felt thinner, as if one wrong step could send him tumbling into another dream. Outside, the night stretched on, endless. He stared at his hands, wondering, did I wake up? Or did I just fall asleep somewhere else?